Okay, so we have covered our content, what we're going to cover in these days. So finally, we're starting with our course. Okay, so what exactly BTP? As Dolly correctly said, it's a business technology platform. So basically, it's a platform which provides you your need for your business. Okay, and BTP is nothing but a umbrella of services. Okay, which you get to in public cloud. Okay, so you can directly use, and mainly SAP focus via BTP to provide SaaS products, though it provides PaaS also. Okay, so okay, so for example, let's say this is our BTP. Okay, these are our backend system. Okay, these are our backend system. Okay, which are on premise or over cloud, anything you can uh, like guess for now. Okay, this is our cloud connector. Okay, it's our BTP, umbrella of services. Okay, BTP, for example, this is S4. Okay, this is also S4. This you can see any ABAP stack. Okay, this is our cloud connector. Okay, so here basically, if you will see, S4 indirectly what it represent application server, and it also represent our DB, right? It is on-prem or overrise, nothing matters. It contains our S4 app server also, and it contains our DB server also, right? And here cloud connector. Basically, cloud connector we use to expose our backend system to cloud. Okay, to use anything securely via SAP. Okay, so here BTP, what it provides you software as service mainly. Okay, and it also provides you platform as service. Okay, which you can utilize their products from platform as service category to develop your content. Okay, to develop, deploy, and manage everything. Okay, so this is a basically thing SAP focus to provide us via BTP platform. Okay, and if you are utilizing your BTP service as platform as from BTP, you are utilizing platform as service, then many things can be skipped from your on-premise system because those are directly here. Okay, and if you are utilizing BTP services, then your costing will also be safe. Okay, you can save costing initial setup, like you don't need to buy or rent any servers. You don't need any admin from your network side or infra side. You don't need any DB admin. Okay, to maintain DB at infra level, right? Everything will be managed by SAP here only if you are utilizing their platform as service or software as service. So many costing, initial setup costing will be zero. Okay, directly you can consume, and whatever you are utilizing based on those, you need to pay. Okay, based on your selected pay model. Okay, so this is the just overview, like wanted to show what exactly BTP can provide and what it provides. Okay, now let me stick to my content for today. Okay, so let's go on BTP site. Taking time.
Okay, BTP will be only providing software as a service and platform as a service. It will not provide application as a service. Is it
Uh,
right?
Application as a service, basically nothing as application as service in cloud. If you mean for any application, okay, basically those will come in your SaaS and PaaS only. Okay, any service will come in SaaS and PaaS. If you are utilizing anything for your development perspective, you are developing using those things, then those will come in your PaaS. And if you are utilizing anything from SAP, just consuming, nothing modifying in those at source code level or nothing you are developing, just configured in backend system and you're utilizing. For example, your Cloud ALM, you're just configuring in your backend system and you're utilizing. So the Cloud LM will be your SaaS product. Okay. My network maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's taking time to open. Let me give explain here. Global account. Is it open? Change. Okay, not an issue. So basically, what global account is the initial point to enter in your BTP system. Okay, and it is a group of sub accounts and directories. Okay, global account basically is a group of your sub accounts and directory. In a single sub account, you can create multiple in single global account, you can create multiple sub account and directories. Okay, and what exactly directory? Directory is a group of multiple sub accounts. Okay, nothing but directory is a logical structure. Okay, which combines your sub accounts. Okay, directory nothing but a group of your sub accounts. Like for example, you have your global account. Okay, and in which you have configured multiple services. You have created multiple sub accounts. Okay, for example, if you have a scenario that in one sub account I want to activate two, three, or any number specific number of services from BTP. Like you want to configure ADS and CPI in one sub account, and BAS and other mail services or other IS or any other data sphere services in other sub account. Then you have one more sub account for dev, one more sub account for quality, one more sub account for production, one for sandbox. Different things are there. Okay, so you want to maintain such a logical structure that all development sub accounts will be in one category, all quality sub accounts will be in second category. So in those scenario, you can use directory. Okay, you can directly create directory in sub account. Okay, and inside those directory, you can maintain your you can create directory in your global account, and inside that directory you can maintain your different sub accounts. Okay, for example, for development services you have created a two sub account, for quality you have created a two sub account, and in those sub accounts there are different services, but you can't be on a global account level, and you can't see multiple sub accounts. Then you need to check manually which one is for development, which one is for quality, though you can easily check those, but not a good practice. Okay, so what we do, we create directory and we maintain development all sub accounts in one directory, and quality sub accounts in another directory. Okay, so this is the directory basically a management level logical structure. You can say what directory can in OS also, directory is just collection of files, nothing else. So same directory here, collection of sub accounts. Okay, nothing else. Other than entitlements, what exactly entitlements? So basically, we buy utilization limits from SAP, right? So if you are buying some say 10,000 units of PDF generation, okay, from SAP, then how you will going to utilize, which sub accounts can utilize what number of limits from those things. Okay, just I have taken ADS as an example. Okay, so if you have some services of 3 units you buy from SAP, like that you can create 3 instances or three service key for some services. Then via entitlements from your global account, you can title each sub account, which sub account can use that service. Okay, you can manage those things. So this is basically entitlements, which explains as like which sub account can use which service and in which number of quantity. Okay, and region and environment setup. Region basically nothing but when we create our global account, we select our region. Okay, while
Please,
create. Hello. Yes, Dolly.
please repeat it.
Uh,
Response.
Dolly, your voice is breaking for me.
Once again.
Mm, mhm. Pritish, are you able to hear Dolly?
No,
No, no. Dolly. Your voice is not properly audible. Okay, okay. I saw your message. Great. So, can you please repeat about entitlement concept? Yeah, sure. Okay. So let me go. Okay. So entitlements, nothing but it's say you have a transport management system. Okay, one service from BTP. Okay, You have about transport management system. Just for an example, for explaining concept, I'm saying this. Okay. So we have about transport management systems, 2 units from SAP. Okay, that we can use two unit. 2 units basically what it means, you can assign, you can create 2 instances of transport management systems. Okay, so if you have multiple sub accounts, you can use those in 2 sub accounts only. Okay, if you have about some services based on your quantity, okay, number of creation limit, okay, so then you can use those services in 2 sub accounts only. Basically, when we mean to use, we need to create their instances, their keys. Okay, so those counts are there. Okay, so those we manage via entitlements. Basically, if entitlements concept were not there, so if you are creating sub account, directly all the sub account in that global account have access to all the services which we bought from SAP. So to restrict those, there is entitlement concept. When we'll assign those quantity from entitlements, okay, to our sub accounts, then only we can access those services directly in our sub account. Okay, so this is basically entitlements, and also many services are based on consumption. Okay, so basically entitlement, you can say here restriction at the use level. We maintain the restriction, what and how much we can use. For now, just understand this. Okay, entitlements used to restrict how much and what we can use in sub accounts. Okay, and obviously on BTP screen I'll explain you better. Okay, so okay, got it. Okay, so and region and environment setup. What is region? So whenever we create our BTP global account, okay, at that time, basically at BTP global account creation, also at that time, when we create, it asks us for region. Okay, like in which region you want to create your database. Okay, or set up your these things what you are utilizing. Okay, for example, Cloud ALM. Okay, I'll show you those steps for Cloud ALM. Okay, so whenever we create Cloud ALM activation thing, in that also we select region, and there are some services also. While activation, there you can select which type of environment you want to set up. Basically, any PaaS services. Okay, if any platform as service thing you are activating. Okay, in that scenario, what exactly happens? We need to select our environment. Environment basically, if you are familiar with the Java part, okay. So for Java, if you are coding anything in Java, okay, then one is JDK development kit, one is JRE runtime environment. JDK helps us to write code to utilize our Java syntax. Okay, those help in development. But what if you want to run a code? You can't run via Java compiler. Okay, you can compile but not run. So in that case, what we need? We need Java runtime environment, JRE. Okay, Java runtime environment. So JRE provides runtime environment for our Java. And here in BTP, one free environment, which is Cloud Foundry. They provide us environment to run different languages and different services from BTP, the BTP. Okay, so this is basically environment. Okay, to run some services from BTP, basically platform as service. For one will be your you can say okay, what was that? Yeah, one will be, it's not opening actually, or else I'll have shown you that. So one you can say simply business cloud, business application studio for Fiori app development. Then CAP, RAP, many things are there from a web perspective. So those are utilizing our Cloud Foundry environment setup, and many services are there. Few I'll show you in service activation module. Okay, at that time I'll show you. And last one, service activation and subscription. What exactly it is? Service activation, basically what I have just told you. while activation, how we can activate services, okay, and how we can subscribe those things. Okay, so let me see. Okay. Okay, here I can't log in. Okay, so today actually my this demo account is not working. I'm showing in different account. Okay. Uh, Tomorrow I'll check in advance. So here basically see, I have activated our Cloud ALM part. Okay. See, like whenever other services, okay, there are some things are different. Okay. So if you will see any other services from BTP except Cloud ALM, we can directly activate and provision inside going a BTP global account. Okay. But to request a Cloud ALM, okay, we need to go in provisioning tab. Okay. And below that provisioning status, if you have enterprise support from enterprise support you have bought, your organization have bought from SAP, then by default you will see SAP Cloud ALM, though it will be not activated. You need to activate that. Okay, you need to activate and you need to request those things. So those part basically comes here. I have already activated. Recently I have activated just last month. Okay, so from here okay, so here you will see your provisioning status. If you have provisioned your Cloud ALM, then you can directly open it via here. Okay, so here I have to show not Cloud ALM, here I have to clear your global and sub account concept, right? So let me go in my global account. Okay, this is here for Cloud ALM you will see two things. One is global, one is this identity service. Okay, so let's go in global. Okay, and here you will get global account ID. Just click on it. And here launch system. Okay, this is indirect way to find from SAP for me, and you can also bookmark your URL directly. Okay, so decide letter C. This is our how it looks, our global account. Okay, how it looks whenever you open first time your BTP. Okay, so here we can see one is global account and one is sub account. This is our global account. Okay, and this is our sub account. Here many tabs are there. Those were in our demo sessions. I have explained at good level each tab here. Okay, so I'll go again. Okay, in detail. Whenever you will get doubt, just ping me, just unmute and ask. Okay, so here let's start from left side. Okay, this is basically a button which you can hide to maximize your screen menu bar. And here basically seven, you can say seven rows are there in global account, and in sub account there will be a different rows that I'll cover. Okay, in sub account, in global account, basically first tab account explorer. Okay, what it does by name only you can get, it explores your global account. Okay, what exactly you have in your global account. Okay, so for now I have clicked on account explorer. What we can see, we can see all information about our global account, that we have one sub account in our global account. That's it for now. Okay, nothing else. Here you can see audit log viewer. Okay, what are the things have happened in your global account, if any sub account created and deleted in past, those things you can easily check from here. Okay, second tab. Okay, These create, switch, these things are okay. Let me tell you now only. So what exactly create? I have, if you have remember, I have told you directory, right? But we are not able to see where we can create directories, where we can create sub account. Though here directory and sub account is there. Okay. So here what exactly it's showing clearly, we have sub account, but we don't have any directory where we can create. This is the button. Click on create. There are three options. Create sub account. Directly it will create sub account, empty sub account. Okay, with no services. You need to manually go in entitlements, assign those services. Entitlements concept we talked, right? So those will cover. You need to go in entitlements, assign specific services for that sub account. Then in those sub accounts, you can go and activate those things. Okay, directly. Empty sub account basically. One is sub account from existing sub account. For example, if you have one sub account, okay, and that sub account is configured for 10 or 20 services, okay, but those are for some different landscape or for different specific system. You want to create a same set of services of sub account, but for different system and separate, then you can utilize this one. This one basically create a sub account with reference to existing sub account. So whatever services, whatever things you have configured in that sub account, in new sub account, those will come by default. You don't need to manually configure those things. Got it? So this is the second option use. What is third? Directory. Directory basically I already told, it's a logical structure. It creates a, you can say, folder. Directory is nothing but a folder only, and it is a set of your sub accounts. If you have 10 sub accounts and you want to group them in three for dev call production like that, then you can simply create three directories to minimize those 10 rows. You can create dev quality production three directory and just assign those sub accounts in those directories. So whenever you will open dev directory, you can see only dev sub accounts. In quality, you can see only quality sub accounts. You won't be confused. Okay, so this is the use of directory. Got it? And switch global account. Okay, switch global account basically what it means, if you have same user, same email ID, okay, for example, punitesh@gmail.com, and these email ID linked to two global accounts. Okay, linked to two global accounts, then directly you can utilize switch global account, and here you will see another option to switch to that global account directly. You don't need to log in manually. Okay, this is the overview of Account Explorer, each and every tab. Let's go to resource providers. Okay, resource provider is nothing but if you have configured some provider like AWS or Azure, any cloud environment, technical name, these things. If what I can say, mm, this is basically a service. If you know virtual private cloud, if you have bought some infra level things, okay, from any cloud provider, then you can configure this from here. Okay, so basically 99.99% you will not use this, okay, directly to add anything in this